I have so many things I want to share.
Yay!
Well, the first one that's like in the forefront is so my uncle, the one who I worked for, I was messaging him and he's just asking me how I'm doing, and then I've been in practice of like telling people what I do, and that's been really fucking cool to see like myself, like how I am now, like the improvement. I'm putting in air quotes, but like and it's still easier with some people than others, of course.
Yeah.
And yes, last night was a little edgier for me. So I've been having dinner with my new roommates, and they're hosting a couple they were in this B&B before I was. And so they're like this younger German couple. And we were having dinner, and then the question came up of, oh, Violet, you said that you were working on your business. Can I ask you what your business is? And she was so polite about it because she was like, only if you want to share. And that made me feel safe. But I was going to share anyways. And so I started with, I do energy work. And then the B&B couple, they're like an older couple. The husband was like, what's that? Right. And then I was like, inside. And I was like, well, I do sound healing, sound therapy. And then the German couple, like the boyfriend was like, oh, that's those big bowls, right? I was like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, it's super relaxing. So they kind of like helped support me.
Cool.
And because then I started to talk about like the modality that I've learned. And then I mentioned, like, have you heard of the book The Body Keeps Score? And then the German woman was like, oh my gosh, yeah. And then she just like wanted this whole spiel about it. And I think that kind of like brought everyone into the conversation.
Yeah.
And it helped me because I feel like I just kind of let her talk because she had all the words for that part.
Totally.
And then I just was able to share, and it was really cool. But I've been doing that more and more too with everyone that I meet. And it actually hasn't been that hard. It's been really cool because I've been received really well. And then also like the guy before this was my friend's roommate, and he was like, oh, I know this, the woman that I used to live with did light language. And I was like, what? And she invited us to a sound bath the next day, but he connected us. And then like the fire people, like one of the women I was talking with was like, we, friended each other on Instagram. She's like, what? You do sound? It's like, yeah. And she's like, it's like, I can do remote sessions. And she's like, okay, let's do it.
Yay. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So cool. But this is what I mean about like getting to put myself out there, because I think I've forgotten that I know how to talk to people and like connect with people. And that like genuine connection gets me really far. I mean, gets anyone really far. And so another thing, so when I got here, my B&B hosts were like quite frantic because they didn't hear from me all day, because I don't have, my service doesn't work anymore on my phone. I'm just like, whatever. People used to travel with no cell phones. Like,
Yes.
this can happen. I'm actually quite happy about it.
I love this for you, but I love this for society too. This is so good. Okay, go on.
Yeah. So I didn't know, but they were worried because they hadn't heard from me. But anyways, I get here and she's like trying to shovel all my suitcases. She's like, no, we got it, we got it. And so I'm in this like, okay. Yeah. But I was actually fairly like energized. Like I had a long travel day, but I prepped myself for it. So I expected all of um and when I got here, she had dinner for me and like I talked to them for a while and then they left and I went to get my laptop out of my backpack. Go to my room, I was like, I fucking left my backpack on the shuttle. And I was trying and I looked up the number. And the funny fucking thing was, I don't know if I actually thought this when I was at the airport, when I was on my laptop, but I was like, not exactly this, but it was like, how would I be like if I lost my laptop? Because it's probably the most expensive thing that I have on me. If I lose anything else, like whatever.
Mhm.
So I lost my laptop.
You did lose
And
it,
yeah, it was in my backpack on the shuttle.
and it's lost.
Yeah.
I wasn't
um
sure if there was going to be a follow up to that story. Okay.
no,
Okay.
no, so that no, I have it now. But so
Uh,
what happened was I couldn't call out because my service, so I had to like tell my roommates. I went upstairs, they called for me, and the phone was just like ringing and ringing and ringing. And I was like, well, it's nighttime. There's nothing I can do. Like, I'll email them. I think that's the only thing I can do right now. And then I went downstairs and I was like, oh, I need to borrow a charger. And the husband, Ken, was like, you need to get your shit together in this jokingly way. And it was a joking way. And he has this very like snarky humor to him. And I really enjoy it. And I think he knows that I can handle it because I get most of it. Because I'm always just laughing, like, okay, Ken, whatever. Um, so I came downstairs, I went to the room and was like, oh well, laughing because I'm like, I've done this before. um
and what else do you do, really? But laugh.
yeah.
Okay.
And then I heard a voice outside my window and I was like, oh my gosh, he came back. The driver came back with my backpack.
What?
Yeah.
Get
And he
out of
was,
here.
yeah.
What?
And then they
Heart
heard,
crying.
yeah, but the best part, oh my gosh, my heart was crying too. But the best part was, so they came out, they're like, oh my gosh, you brought it. And then the driver says, well, we had a really lovely conversation in the car, so I thought it was the least I could do.
Oh, Violet.
I know. And I was like, oh my gosh. Because even when I said bye to him, I had like, I'm thinking about this now. I had like grabbed his arm and like looked into his eyes and like deeply thanked him. Like, thank you. And we did have, I mean, I was just asking him about his family and like, you know, had a genuine conversation.
Damn.
I
Damn, dude.
was like, oh, that's amazing. I was just so, and that was like the note that my traveling day had ended on. Mind you, the day had gone without with bumps on the road. Like right before we were gonna leave this first station, the lady was like, I smell drugs in here. We're not leaving until someone fesses up or I'm calling the cops. So she calls the cops.
Oh my
So
God.
we don't leave. And
I love
everyone's
that shit. I'm so here.
everyone yeah, everyone's looking at each other laughing like nobody fucking cares. The was like the whole consensus on the bus was like, who fucking cares? Like, it's probably just weed or somebody hotboxed,
Uh-huh.
your suitcase.
Uh-huh.
And then the cops don't even come because they probably don't care. So we finally leave. And then my second stop, I almost missed my bus. Like I ran to the driver, like knocking at the door. And then she proceeds to tell me that I'm not on her bus because she has the list. And I showed her my ticket. I was like, I am on this bus. They told me to come here. And she's like, okay, you're fine. Sit down. Like, okay. And I'm just like, this is cool. I'm watching this whole day happen. Like, okay.
Shit.
But the drugs and the cops, when it started like that, when my travel day started like that, I was like, okay. This is how we start. Got it.
This is the point where you say yes. We just
Yeah.
keep saying yes.
uh
Man, this is like this is such a great example of how this work gets to work in real life in like all of the ways.
yeah.
And the just like working backwards the your day of travel and the woman with the drugs and the bus like that for me is like what it actually feels like to live life as unshakable. That's like okay,
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
And the also the theory, the argument, the truth that when we are more ourselves, the more our people show up.
Yeah.
And these
Been
places that
feeling
you're
that
just
so
like,
hard.
this is who I am and this is what I do. And the world is just like, oh my God, meet this woman. She does light language and like here's this fire jam on the beach. And oh my God, the
Yeah.
body keeps the score. Like, oh
Yeah.
yes. And if we were like if we were to play it opposite, that's just like some muggle version of Violet that's like doing New Zealand, how not connective that would probably feel.
Yeah.
It's
I'd be
awesome.
doing all the touristy shit.
Fuck yeah. This is so great. This is such a fun story.
Yeah. Yeah. And also down the street here, I was walking and there's an aerial yoga.
Uh-huh.
And I always wanted to try like aerial things. And I'm just like getting a kick out of the elements, how they're showing up for me as well.
Mm.
Um, and it was closed, but I went down there yesterday and I met the woman and she was like super excited. And I was like, yeah, I've never done it, but I really want to try. She's like, fuck yeah. And that's like the people thing. I've been feeling that, like this knowing that I will always find my people, like no matter where the fuck I go. And I think that's what's really like, well, I've had this dream. I feel like a lot on this trip, teenage Violet is like living her dreams, like her dreams are coming true. And um I remember there was this one moment that I had decided that the world was going to be my playground. And like I envisioned literally just like walking on the globe, like as a giant on the whole world. And it's come back alive. Like I think it's always been there in my desire to like I want to tour as like a sound musician. And I thought that I was going to be a singer, like a pops. I wanted to be a pop singer, but like look how it's actually showing up for me, sound. Look how um like I can tour the world and like my dream is to have people like sponsor and pay for me to come see them, in their
Yep.
country. Um That's what I really want. Just to be like a touring singer, healer person.
Yeah. Did you get my voice note about that the other day? Did you hear that?
Yeah, I
Okay.
was listening to it, but it was like, I was like, fuck yeah. And I've been marinating in it because I feel like I've been dreaming for the last couple of weeks, like really diving into this feeling and like even allowing, like teenage Cass, that's my first name, her dreams to come alive because really like my dreams have been coming true, like the fucking fire dance and I mean being in New Zealand and there's just like so many little things. um my voice has really dropped in right now. And yeah, that's my dream. And I think like in being in my own space, like coming to these B&Bs and like having my own space, that's been a fucking dream. And like I feel like each place I upgraded,
Mm.
which is cool because I'm like, oh, that's how life is like. Like you upgrade and it gets better, like with the people and the places, and like that gets to happen too. Um, and so I've been dreaming up also like what would my own place look like and feel like, and where would it be? Because I want that like central home hub after like doing all the things, and then I want to like come back down and maybe just like, you know, close all the blinds and be by myself for like a week or something and then recharge and then do it again.
Yeah. I
Um,
love this.
yeah.
Mm.
And yeah, I said I had a few things, and so I'm gonna go on to them
Yeah.
unless you have questions for
No,
me.
no. I mean, your voice dropped in, and that for me is a like, all right, take it away.
um, and I also noticed how like every place that I land in, my like spirit guides are here because there's always some kind of animal, which ugh, like yes, I have to work with animals to some capacity. Like I don't know what that looks like or means. I just know that I want them around me. And then every place that I've been to had some kind of animal and some um sort of herbs.
Mm.
And because like with clearing and setting my space, if I like not having my own tools, I can like find them out in nature, like herbs and stuff. And here there's sage and oregano, and like where I was before, and a cat. And where I was before it was like chickens, and there was like rosemary and lavender. And then when I was on the farm, there's animals there, but there was also rosemary and eucalyptus, and it's just like it's all around. That was the other thing. And then the next coolest thing was, so I've been thinking about this loan and like money, and um I'm like, do I get a loan or do I ask, like, do I get a loan from my uncle, like ask him? And I was actually talking to him about, because he's like, what have you been doing? How are you? And I was like, just telling him how I've been doing. And then I told him that I've been working on my own business. And then I got a text from him this morning. He was like, I don't know if he asked me what my business was. He probably did, but he was like, let me know if you need any help. And I like that. I don't know. I felt like that was the invitation to ask. But I kind of want to have like a business meeting with him so that he knows what, we're not over text.
Yeah, I love all of this. That is the entry point. Let me know if I can help. That is absolutely.
Mhm.
I feel like that conversation with him is kind of like um it's kind of like the Valkyrie's housekeeping call. That's like, this is what you can expect. This is what it looks like. This is what I expect from you. It's just like boundaries, and it's the masculine structure that makes everybody in the room feel safe.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's great. And
And
it'll feel
it's,
good for you, I think.
yeah, it's also important for me because like I feel like my family in general just has this view of me and like my brother of like, like, oh, their mom just gives everything to them and like throws money at them and they need to learn how to like grow up and stuff. And so that causes a lot of hesitation in me. But I think, but I thought about this even before I came to New Zealand of having like this sort of business meeting, like, will you be my investor? And this is what my business is about, sort of conversation. And I think, I mean, this is my opportunity now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think so too. There's, I mean, there's a lot of opportunities for you in this. I mean, clearly the one at hand. Um, but that spot that's like the family's perception of you and your brother is like, oh, mom just gives them money. You just have to grow up. I see an opportunity here in like the groundedness and steadfastness and like having this meeting with your uncle and receiving the money and like even standing in that same perception,
Mhm.
being okay with that. Like they
Yeah.
might think that about me and that's okay.
Yeah.
That's super strong.
Yeah. I can feel that too. Yeah. So those are all the things.
Well, these are really cool things. Yeah, you're kind of supported. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. Hmm. Mm.
Do you know what you'd like to work on today?
That's what I was thinking. Um, I'm looking at your notes here. I want to keep working on Dark Goddess because I want to have an offering. um I want to offer something. I think that's really like my next level and next step because yeah, I mean, because a lot of things, but I want to make something happen. I'm checking in with my body because when I say that, every time when I've said that, it's like, okay, well, we're not going to do anything.
Mhm.
but I even through my my transitioning here, like I feel like I've really been holding that like it's still here and it's still alive for me, and I still want to um like work on it. What am I trying to say? And I've still been holding space for it as I'm like readjusting and meeting new people and things. Um, so it's still alive for me, and it's still a yes, and it's still how do I what are my next steps this week? Am I talking about it on my stories? Am I what sorts of things am I sharing? Am I sharing my own experiences? Am I um creating some kind of poll? Am I doing like a dark goddess reading? Um, Probably all of those things. Yeah, I just haven't really gotten time to sit down and talk about it. So this is actually what I want to do. And I'll look at these notes that you wrote.
I'm gonna grab some more tea water.
Okay. So two things that I felt I've I need to get back into my embodiment, like running her through.
Mm.
And then offering like maybe like a dark, not maybe, I'm second guessing what came through. Um offer When I said dark goddess reading, I was alive for that. And I think that's an easy entry point for me to come back online because I haven't been present in a minute.
Mhm.
To get some engagement. That's what I'm feeling. And I would also like any of your insights and promptings. if that's present.
Yeah. Yes. I I have some. And like this is the energy, right? Is like, let's find out.
Yeah.
You've said yes. And it's just me, but I feel like the most powerful play would be to let her run the show. Like,
Yeah.
all right, Dark Goddess, how do you want to launch this?
Mm.
If she were to run a launch for a Dark Goddess masterclass, what would it look like? Because it like sure as shit would not be like really nice and fluffy.
No. There's all these like I just keep seeing all of these like cozy like expressions. And I don't see the words yet, but like it's very sexual and moody. Um okay, I want to share this because this is what I'm seeing. Like before we talked about this and I wanted to bring her up, like I was doing all of these like poses in front of the mirror and like just like taking shots. Um oh, but it does feel very sexual to me. Like that's all I have, and I can see how she wants me to post, and this is in stories, and it's just like an image with one or few words, but me displaying Dark Goddess through my body.
Yeah.
Eh.
Cool.
It's like okay, I could do that.
Hey, don't do that. She eats my books, Violet. This comes in here
Jeez.
and she like chews on the corner of the books. Don't do that.
Gives you the look. Oh my
The
god.
wild animal look. The
Yeah.
wild animal look. That Dark Goddess. Wild animal look.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um,
They
how
feel like posters, if that makes sense. These
that's
images.
cool. Yeah.
Postery. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say something that's not postery. But I love that. In like a film noir kind of way.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Like playing with those like dark velvet black purples too from last time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this. I love I love the felt I love the energetics of something that feels like a film. Like I play with this idea all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I love it. What I was gonna ask is how your like how video on your phone is doing these days. Because I am I right that your phone is I'll just old. I'm just gonna call it old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Designing itself out of obsolescence is what we call it in the design world.
Yep.
Yeah. Into obsolescence. Okay. That's fine. Can you take videos?
Uh-huh. I can. I have been.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I notice because when I in the light, it's fine. It's the darkness.
It's the
Right.
darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
It's
okay though, because we can manipulate light photo or light video,
that's
turn it
true.
like we can like up the contrast and make it black and white or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. 'Cause, I mean, not just your phone, just cameras don't work in the dark. That's not the nature of a camera.
Yeah.
Not really. Um yeah, so my thought was like just so that you have raw footage and to meet that the call to embodiment um is just to press record and get in your body and let it move through, and then you have a background for a video post or a story or a reel and you can post on top of it so that the vibe is there without
Mm.
specifically like there's some I feel like some of the magic kind of dies when we're like this is the vibe, let me explain it to you, right?
Yeah.
But when you can move
And
it.
we can't even do like in that if I try to do that, it's not good. It doesn't even come out.
No.
I'm laughing the whole time because I'm like,
I don't know,
it's
it's
not
like
working.
brain trying to fucking ballet or something. Like it's not.
Yeah. Or it's like the masculine when he's trying and it's just cute. Like, oh, you're trying.
It's not helping. But
Yeah. I love you.
mm, I thought this is an aside. I thought that kickboxing was for my masculine today, or I've been thinking that I've been going to kickboxing like this is my masculine practice, but today I I was like I really want to go to kickboxing, and my masculine stepped up and was like no,
Mm.
time to go to kickboxing today, and my feminine was like oh like but I want to. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that was for her.
Yeah.
It was really sweet. So we didn't go to kickboxing because I
Yeah.
had things to do instead. Like, no, he's like, you're opening Valkyries today. You can't go to kickboxing. She's like, okay.
Fine. Oh, that's so fun.
Anyway, um, yeah, because then if you with the footage, then the energy is just there and you don't have to describe it, and
Yeah.
that would be super powerful. Like yes, the posters are great, and a 5-second shot, 15-second shot, whatever, with
Mm.
one word, 4 words. That's
Mm.
like not saying the thing, but the thing is being said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's something that came up for me too, like after our conversation about Dark Femme was like, she was like, the creation doesn't really matter. It's the energetics behind it, beneath it. Because I got into these really like silly ideas because we said May the Fourth be with you, and like I was thinking Darth Vader vibes. And I'm like, this is so dumb and funny. And then that's she was like, yeah, but it's not like all of the energetics supports it. So you can do whatever the creation part can be whatever the fuck it
Fuck yeah.
is. But that doesn't even really matter. That's what she told me. She's like, Whatever's created doesn't even matter.
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen this time and time again. It's almost like the metaphor that you are the metaphor of like the thing that you're channeling through, like this is what this looks like, doesn't matter at all. Like you could run the same energetics of a dark goddess class through a ceremonial tea master class, or
Yeah.
like how to clean cats. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. It's all the
Yeah.
same. Yeah. Yeah.
That's the trust piece for me, I think. Because it's like, well, can I trust this vision that's coming through? Like if I ran with fucking Darth Vader and Darth Maul and Star Wars theme. And like inside I'm like, this is so dumb. But at the same time, like fuck around and find out.
And this
It
is how you
doesn't feel as alive for me now, I think,
yeah.
as I'm talking about it. But like if I do choose to run with that, it's like
Mhm.
trust.
Mhm. Yeah. This is how we cultivate the trust with ourselves and with our channels, is by doing it anyway, like amidst the parts that are screaming to not do the thing. Like, fuck, please don't do that. And then you do the thing, and then trust builds.
Yeah.
But also, like, is there really any other way? You know?
No. It's either do it, the only other way is don't. And it's like that's not I don't want to do that,
Hmm.
you know? So no,
Yeah.
this is the only way.
Yeah.
That's why we're here and we do what we do and we love what we do.
Yes, we do.
I don't know if anything has landed. Does this feel landing?
Well, yeah, so let's bring in that structure. Like, at the end of this time together, what do you want to have? Do you want a plan for a week? Do you want I feel like we already have the structure for your master class, but we could do that again. Do you want the graphics? What do you want? What
Hmm.
would feel really supportive for you to have at the end of this?
This call today.
Mm-hmm.
Um, graphics stood out for me, but I feel like that feels like next week for me.
Yep.
Um, getting my embodiments recorded. I want to do that this week. And then getting online this week. What day are we on? I'm on Thursday. So I have a few days. I think that's good. Recorded embodiment. Get a reading in.
Mm-hmm.
Show my face online. Yeah, that's what that's my structure.
Mm-hmm. Great. Okay. So then we're we're before this moment right now is before the graphics, it's before the posts, it's before the like making of the things.
Mhm.
So I feel like we're still in energetics land,
Yeah.
which is great.
Okay.
Unless you don't want to be, and then we don't have to be here.
I think I want to be here. I think right here is where I need to be. Just for like me feeling sustainable purposes.
Yeah. Okay.
And yeah, because this feels good. Like, yes. I don't need to say more to that.
Yes. Yes. Okay. The energetics that would be, so you in your embodiment practice and your relationship with Dark Goddess is is great. I don't think that we have to work that. That's fine. You're there. Um the parts that would be beneficial to be with slash get clear on or just like open the space for could be um could be any of your stuff that's like scared of the thing, feels like it can't do the thing, the blah 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 things. um
Yeah.
or because we can workshop in Slack too, is the energetics of the we touched this a little last time, the energetics of the people who you are calling to.
Ah, yeah. That definitely needs. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what was the piece before that again?
The two energies here, the two
Yeah.
energetics.
Yeah.
um I mean, the one that for me is just always in the room is the like, it's the saboteur, it's the anti, the one that's like, I don't want to do the class, I don't know enough, it's time, blah blah blah, that guy.
Yeah.
It's never gonna
Yeah.
work. The eye roller, the
Yeah.
angsty one,
Uh-huh.
Debbie Downer.
Yeah.
But you also know what to do there too.
Yeah. So addressing that and who am I calling? Okay. Ugh. Yep. That is a good starting point for me. I can feel it.
Where where are you?
It's like uh, um right here. Oh, what time are we at? Oh. Mm. So can I guess this is what I'm wanting. Like, can you walk me through again the questions that I ask this part? Because that's the part that I'm feeling like I'm thinking I don't know how to do that, but I just need a drop in. I need assist, like help with dropping in.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The questions, like what questions to ask the part?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Do you want to do that right now? Or do you want me to drop the questions in for you later?
I want to do that right now.
Yeah, okay. I thought so. I just didn't want to take you if you're like, no, that's not the vibe, Carl.
Yeah, I'd. Oh, I forgot that we agreed on 90 minutes. I thought we were like running out of time.
Yeah, we got time. Are you good for 90?
Yeah. Well, that's what we talked about, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I need to black myself out.
I know. I really love that that's happening. Like any of the darkness cues, I'm like, haha.
Ah, welcome to my cave.
Oh, thank you. I know, I really felt that. Um, did I tell you that this has a name? Did I tell you
No,
this?
no. I'd love to hear it.
Me
Oh,
too. It's called focusing.
ah,
Yeah.
this, yeah, this blackness, the dark.
No, the inquiry with the part.
Oh, focusing.
I
Whoa.
Violet, I had no idea. I
Holy
had
shit. Okay, hold on, time out.
okay.
Yes. There's this painting on the wall that I've been looking at this whole time. And after I turned the blinds down and then you're talking about that, I looked at it again and there's this black creature underneath one of the chairs on this thing that I did not see underneath the red chair.
Ah,
Okay, hello.
that's curious.
Everything's like really bright.
Uh,
Didn't see it till now. Because it's staring right at me with its yellow eyes. Okay, focusing. I
yeah.
can I can feel that too. That's cool.
Okay. Yeah, we were we had started, this was a couple of weeks back, like probably like 6 weeks back in Penetrate in the existential kink course. And
Mhm.
come together as a group and they're like, okay, we're gonna do this new thing today. And I'm like really geared up to do a new thing. And I was like, that's my thing.
Yeah,
Like, what?
I do this.
I didn't know that had a name. I had no idea. And then like all of the parts of like my pride and ego have things to say about this that are like, other people can't have this.
Yeah.
Yes, they can. You are the only one ever, Carly. All right.
We just want to really matter and feel special and have a cool thing.
So it's great.
uh,
Okay.
I, wait, one more thing I wanted to say about that. After fire dancing, one of the women, she came up to me, she's like, I'm gonna steal your move, some of those moves. And I was like, please, I was like, yes, go ahead, steal all of them. And I actually felt like genuine, like I was saying that genuinely. And I was like, um, we're here to inspire each other. And if that ripples onwards, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think it was cool for her to like say that too.
Yeah.
To steal your moves. Uh,
That's so beautiful. It's so healing for both
yeah.
and just women at large.
Yeah. Like yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. You just breathe in your cave, in your darkness. Just really drop in to your body. You had mentioned something about somewhere around your heart space. Does that still feel true?
Yeah. It's like woo. Heart to throat, heart to throat. Ugh.
All right, heart to throat. And what sensations are here as you feel heart to throat?
It feels Ooh, it was feeling tight and clenchy, but now it feels like, what is that? Heartachy.
Achy. Good.
And now it's going, when we addressed it, it moved and it felt like an ache, and it's out, it's like flowing from heart to palms, heart to palms.
Mm. And heart to palms feels like the loudest sensation in your body.
Yeah.
Good. All right, heart to palms. And what is it? What is moving? Is it a color? Is it an energy? Is it a stampede? What does it feel like? Tell me the imagery you see.
Mm. It's sensory, and then I also see like the hands wanting to move. Um, feels more like a flow, maybe a stagnation in flow, because
Mm.
they're like do 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 do. When it looks, if there's a color, it's yellow. Yellow. Mm.
So heart to palms, and it kind of asks for your hands to move, and it's flowy and yellow, like maybe stagnation and flow. I wonder if we can kind of can't think of the word I want to use. If there's if there's like a part that could step forward, or maybe we can put them into the same container as you have two sides, just so that this shape, this sensation can become like one thing. Can you invite it to become one thing that you can talk to?
Yeah,
Okay, what do you see?
it's like this tall. He presented himself right away. It's like this tall black man, but like with it's like business attire, like a hat, and he's like 2D, like a black figure. It's like 2D and boxy and in a business suit with a top hat.
Gorgeous.
Um, okay.
Great. Can you ask him what he'd like us to call him? This 2D business attire man?
Is your name? It's Alvin.
Thank you, Alvin. Awesome. All right. All right, Violet, I'm going to have you drop into Alvin so that his voice can speak through you. So, however, you need to do that, I'll invite you to drop in. Let me know when you're there.
Alvin. Okay, I think I'm there. I'm there.
Hey, Alvin.
Hey.
Hey. It sounds like you came representing something today. Do you represent something?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's great. Alvin, can you look around you and tell me what you see?
Um, I'm in the city.
Let's see. What kind of city are you in?
It's very busy. Busy, busy city.
Mm-hmm. What do you do in the city?
Business stuff.
Mm-hmm. Is that why
Like,
you wear a business suit?
yeah,
Nice.
meet, meetings and meetings. Waiting at the bus stop.
Meetings and meetings, waiting at the bus stop.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's tiring.
Yeah.
But I just do the things. Uh, stress. But we just do the things.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel about stress?
Mm, it's part of my life. This is just what I do.
Mm-hmm. It sounds kind of normalized.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Well, that's great, Alvin.
Mm, what what would you like to know?
Yeah, I have some questions. Are you into it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm curious what you want. What do you want, Alvin?
Mm, mm, what do I want?
Sometimes it's helpful to just start the sentence and just see where it takes you. You can just say, "I want."
I want I want to be um I thought it was my bed, but I think I want to feel lighter. Um I want to have more energy. Hmm. I don't think I want to be here at this bus stop
Okay. Okay.
more. Hmm.
What kinds of things would make you feel like you have more energy?
Hmm. Walking,
Yeah,
walking.
that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what kinds of things make you feel heavy?
Mm, heavy. My suit, my shoes,
Hmm.
the bus stop, the the meetings.
Mhm.
Mm,
Yeah, that does feel heavy. Alvin, what do you do for Violet?
Violet. What do I do for Violet? Hmm. I don't know, Violet.
Hmm.
Hmm. I think I forgot. I've forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Do you feel like you did at some point know her?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alvin, where do you live?
Mm. In the city
Mm-hmm.
where it's busy.
Do you like that it's busy?
No,
No.
no, no.
Where would you
Eh,
like to live?
what was that?
Where would you like to live?
I would like to live mm, in the countryside. I think I don't like where I am. Mm, I see. um, I want to live on the countryside,
Mm-hmm.
like France or Italy.
Sounds
Kind
great.
yeah. Mm. I'm really um confused about what I do for Violet. Why I've forgotten.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like you're starting to remember?
Um, I'm feeling something, but I'm not sure.
What is it?
Just
What does it feel like?
the sensation on the top of my head.
Mm.
I think for her.
Mm.
I'm not sure.
Mhm. I wonder if you were put in charge of providing her with something or securing something for her or keeping her safe somehow. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah, protecting something.
Yeah. What do you
Yeah.
think you might be protecting? Protecting her from, or it might be something that you were protecting for her.
Mm. Protecting her from laziness.
Hmm. Yeah.
I just do. Mm. But I'm pretty tired.
Yeah, I can hear that.
Mm.
Alvin, what is it about laziness that she needs protecting from?
Mm.
Is laziness a bad guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of bad guy is laziness?
Um, he just, you don't do the things if you're lazy, the things you're supposed to do,
Hmm.
and then you don't, it, it means like you're not living your life then.
And what does that mean?
I don't know. You're not good.
Hmm. Yeah.
Mm, yeah, he's not good.
Yeah. Yeah. Not good. Well, it sounds like you might be in for a job change. Does that sound true?
Yes, I think retirement.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And I wonder if you could ask Violet to support you, what would you ask her for? What do you need from Violet?
I need her to let me go.
How does she do that?
Um, just quite literally tell me that she doesn't need me anymore.
Okay.
And so I okay, he's gone.
Okay.
Um, because I kept seeing him in like a very cheesy dad like beach vacation attire, like cargo shorts and like a Hawaiian shirt and like a straw hat. That's where he wants to go.
Yeah.
Okay, you can go, and I can feel something releasing from my like spleen area or my stomach, like under here,
This
my
is
left side, and my ribs. It's still going. Yeah. And I mean, as I hear him speaking, I can hear like when he spoke about laziness, and like I've been in practice of like taking my rest and like studying my human design and like honoring, like experimenting. Um, And so like that story of laziness, because it comes from my mom, and like I hear, but now I hear her like, this is the way that she talks to herself, but it used to be so projected onto me. And like, I think when I found human design, it was so like reaffirming, and I did cry because you talked about like manifestor energy being very like, just like lots of rest. And it like, there were some parts that talked about, like you might not start your day like do. And that was always me as a kid. Like my brother caught all the Saturday morning cartoons, and I like, it's like, fuck, I missed it again. Or something.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
but then there was always like, I always felt like I wasn't doing enough, or like cleaning enough, and just like my body just didn't, like, it just didn't. um and so I think this piece, like Alvin, this 2D, he's just like droning on, like doing the things, like, oh, I'm doing some, like looking busy, really.
Yeah.
And I also feel him as this, like, when I see myself rushing, because I've been practicing that, like, why the fuck am I rushing? Like brushing my teeth, you know? Or like making myself a meal. Like there's nowhere, I'm not going anywhere. Like I'm not meeting anyone. Like I fucking just here, like, but there's this constant, like, I just always have this like feeling rushed in my body.
Yeah.
Like I need to get somewhere. I need to like, oh, this person needs me, or like something needs me. And it's like constant churning here. Oh, interesting. Yeah. And I've been working on like pausing, and like a lot, really letting myself move the way that I move, because I feel self-conscious of like, I think I'm really slow. Um so he's like this, he's fucking tired because I'm not honoring rest. If I'm doing that, I'm constantly churning. But he just, it's like, well, I don't need to do this. So yeah, he's on vacation now. He's retired. I don't know if he's like no longer a part of me, but I kind of feel like that, which is kind of really cool, because I just feel like I made some space, because he was like a 2D black figure, like literally like just black like this. But then when you were talking to him, he was very slouchy, and then he was like, "Oh, what is happening?" And he just like sat up, and yeah, it was very droney. It's a drone. He's happy now.
I have a sneaking suspicion you're going to run into this character in the next couple days.
Alvin.
You're doing it, man.
Oh my god. uh, uh, just setting him my love and appreciation.
Well, he's on vacation, and while we could work on those, um, you're not doing enough, not good stories, I think that you already are, and especially
Yeah.
awareness of Like, whoa, I'm rushing again. Let's not do that. You already are. That's already in motion. I don't know that that would
Yeah.
be beneficial with their time. And also,
Yeah.
I'm here for it when, you know.
Yeah. I also feel that too. Um, yeah, I agree and feel that too. Because like even when the laziness story came up, like that used to be really charged for me, but it's not anymore through like the work that I've been doing. But it's just interesting to see that like that it was still there in some form.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I don't feel that as much. I'm quite happy with the way I
Good.
am. uh,
Great. So as far as the questions go, like we drop in, we want to feel the sensation and go to
yeah,
the sensation and then create a relationship with the sensation. So then we ask its name. And I feel like the core questions are like, what do you want? Like they all desire something.
mm,
And you got here on your own, but something about like, what are you protecting Violet from?
mm,
So, like, what do you need? What are you protecting? What do you have for Violet? And what do you need from her? They're just like meeting basic needs.
yeah,
Yeah. Love and safety. Um, and around those, we're kind of just like letting, like, following the lead of, I mean, I could definitely be more dominant and just like asking the questions, but I don't want to scare the part, you know?
yeah,
So yeah, we just lead and I get curious and he opens little entry points and we're like, oh, how fascinating. What else is in there?
yeah. Okay. Yeah, just like being curious because they never seem like they want to open up at first, and I'm like,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
it's so cool though. Like it just he did.
I think they always do. It's just like it's like people that we experience in the world that are so closed off, but actually all that any of us wants is to be seen, you know. So just that like and like the most like stubborn scroogey people will eventually open.
Yeah,
Yeah. But there's got to be trust
yeah,
and full approval. So bringing in the like if your part said something gross, like I don't know, what would be something gross a part would say?
fuck off. That's that's the harshest one I can think of. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Just like a gross expression, you know, like the tantrumy ones are like the ones that don't want to. Like that's fucking stupid. Like rather than trying to adjust it, just being like, yeah, it is. That's
Yeah,
fucking stupid.
yeah. Mm, okay.
when I think I'll just pop some questions into our space around, we're going to call it clarity of message. Um, but it's really just like an exploration of who you're talking to and why. Like why these people would want a dark goddess masterclass.
Yeah.
Explorations in there so that you can speak um, the language of what's happening for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I want that.
Yeah. A really a really great place to start with something like this is with yourself before this work. So like talking to yourself before you met Dark Goddess or like in the
Mm.
beginning stages, just like pop back 5 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever,
Yeah.
and ask her questions.
Okay. That's fun.
Mm.
Okay. Oh, take me, right, dark goddess. There's a knife on your wall.
But it's a light knife.
Yeah, it's a light knife.
Uh, so the
And
Yeah, go ahead.
so she's like the one that those are the people that I'm calling in,
Okay,
or
it's
this
you.
is ah okay.
I mean, who do you want to work with? Who is this class for? Is it for is it for people who have never heard these two words together before? Are they total noobs? Are they are they dabblers? Are your people like Kaylee who's just like full fucking throttle? Or like it depends on who your people are. Or like they've just dipped their toes but they're afraid. Like who is it?
Yeah, I think they're in between there somewhere.
Mhm. Yeah, so like deepening relationship with darkness, with dark goddess.
Okay.
So maybe that like I don't know, how did the dark goddess first show up for you? Like what was your first Oh my.
Uh I think it was when I got into BDSM and then found actually lots of healing in the deep, deep depths.
Yeah.
Um yeah, that's how it happened for me. Sexual exploration. But then like realizing like, oh, this was always me.
Mm-hmm.
Um yeah, and then because before it was bad, right? Like, oh, this is bad, but I like it.
That's good. This is good.
And then it became that like, oh, I'm just the play. Like, I think that's the best. I got to play a lot in like, oh, I'm just cute and shy, and but actually,
Yeah. Yeah, so I feel like you're working in this like in uh the in-between space, the liminal space between the the judgment, like, ooh, that's bad,
Yeah.
and the entry point.
Yeah.
Or the no, because that would be the entry point. The like the that's bad, and then like the rest of the truth, the normalizing of the darkness, the healing in the darkness, the goddess in the darkness. You're in between that, like, all right, we've opened the door,
Mhm.
and this space in between is like thrilling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Healing in the darkness. Yeah.
Healing in the darkness. That feels really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you feel this spot for you, like when you first, like before it was just bad, and now
Mhm.
you've like stepped into, it's like, I don't know, like we're gonna descend into the underworld, right? And we've just taken one step down. Like when we were up here, we're like everything down there is bad, and now we're like one step. We're not like fully in, like not quite fully embodied. Definitely not encapsulated in darkness yet. And then playing in this spot as far as delivery and what you're talking about.
Mhm.
Because like if you're talking to people who have, they're in the like everything down there is bad. Like I
Yeah.
don't think those are your people anyway. But if you were talking to them, it would be a very different conversation than if you were talking to the dark goddess herself. You
Yeah.
know, and I feel like there would be a lot of like explaining and like proving, and this is why you need the darkness. But these people already have some like, it's like a taste of the blood, you know, they like already know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you can like flirt with that, like play with that. Like I know you know.
Yeah.
Mhm. Call
That's
him.
This is the flirtation bit. Yeah. Ew. Yeah. It's very kinky.
It is very kinky. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Use it. That is super powerful energetics, and like magnetic as fuck. And the people that you don't want are going to be so repelled and be like, oh God, I don't, you know, those are not your people. And actually, like you're speaking to the dark goddess in everybody. So even those people are going to like, wow, there's the like, and this is probably not even happening, but like, there's still the like, I don't want to look, but I'm going to look. you're,
Thinking
you're,
through.
call, you're calling your people. That's what it is.
Okay. Okay. So I'm calling my people. I've released my little saboteur guy. At least I think so. My brain's wanting to. My brain wants a little bit of structure so I don't forget.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So you are embodying her. and come play with me.
Yeah.
Come play.
uh, yeah.
Okay, babe. Anything else?
Nope.
I really want to say go get him, Tiger. So we'll just say that. Go get him, Tiger. I don't think I've ever said that before in my life.
How'd that feel for you?
In this capacity, it feels correct.
Yeah.
But like in a slap on the ass kind of like all right, sport. Like that's not it. But also kind of like maybe we can meet that with a BDSM kink. Go get
Yeah. Yeah. This is what we do. Reclaim shit.
this is how we build a business.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
uh okay.
Okay. All right. Love you. If you, oh wow, I'm still recording a meeting.